Hey, what's up everybody? This is Joshua Casper. Today we're checking out Tal V2 U-NO-LX. This is a fantastic synthesizer if you're looking for those vintage feels, because it's pretty much an emulation of the Juno 60. And if you look right here inside of the factory bank, you can see that there is a Juno factory bank, and these are emulations of the sounds that used to come in the Juno 60, or I mean they still do if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one. There are also FMR, FN, and TAL presets. However, in this tutorial I'm going to show you real quickly how to make this lead. So in my opinion, that's a great sounding lead. It's actually super easy to do inside of the U-NO-LX, and all I have on top of the synth is some delay and some reverb from some of my favorite FabFilter plugins, but that's not what we're going to focus on here. We're just going to focus on how to get that sound out of this instrument. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and delete it and drop a new one on there. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and play it and see what it sounds like out of the gate for the startup. Alright, so that doesn't sound quite how we want it. And the way this thing is set up is we've got a digital controlled oscillator right here. So this is essentially where we're going to generate our sound. We've got an LFO and pulse width modulation right here. We have different modulation capabilities. We've got a square wave. If we want the pulse width, we got to click right here. If we don't, we just don't have to turn it on. I've got my sawtooth, that's what we're using right now. And then we also have a sub oscillator right here. And we can actually go ahead and turn that off, or adjust the level of it right here on this slider. So let's go ahead and see what that sounds like. So you can actually hear that we're already pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and send up the LFO just a little bit. All right, and we also have a high pass filter. And a noise control. I'm going to go ahead and leave those both off right now. There's also essentially a low pass filter right here. So that's going to control how much we hear of it, and obviously we can turn it right off if we wanted to, but that's not what we want to do. Now this is going to control how the sound happens, and you can see I've got the keys all the way up at the top, and I pretty much want that to happen because this MIDI clip has a lot of velocity information inside of it, but if you're just using your keyboard, I'm going to suggest having that all the way up near or around 10. That way you can get the feels of how hard or soft you're hitting those keys. We can also send it to the envelope, which is going to be down here. And if I come over here to the envelope, we can have it on the gate, or we can actually use our ADSR. And you'll notice that there's kind of some harshness going on. That's because I don't have portamento on. Right now it's a mono synth, and I only have, so only one note will play at a time, but if I turn on portamento, those notes that overlap inside of the MIDI clip will actually glide together. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the time a little bit and see what happens. And that's it. That's the sound. If we go ahead and play that with the track. Now obviously there's a lot more that we can do here. Two other things I just want to show you real quick are the built-in choruses because they sound so lush. If I turn this on. So good. Let me go ahead and solo that channel again. Without chorus. With chorus 1. With chorus 2. And let's have them both at the same time. So in my opinion, this actual lead in conjunction with this track sounds better without the chorus, but you can imagine once you get in and start making some polyphonic sounds and start really making some other sounds like basses and things like that, these choruses are going to come in super handy in just one click to make things super wide and lush and sound great. But anyway, I just wanted to show you real quick about the U-NO-LX because it's my new go-to for vintage sounds. So anyway, that's the U-NO-LX by TAL. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the next video.